How much does plastering cost? Most plasterers will use a measurement of how many square meters of wall space to calculate the costs. Skimming costs. To skim a standard small room, you can expect to pay between £400 to £500, with a labour time of around 1 day. For a medium room, this will shift to £450 to £600 and 1 to 2 days. And a large room will be around £550 to £700 and 2 to 3 days. Replastering walls costs. If your walls aren't in good condition, then replastering will be the best option. For a small room, this will start at around £600 to £700. A medium room will be £650 to £900, and a large room £1,000 to £1,400, with time frames of between 2 to 4 days labour. Replastering ceiling costs. For a standard small room, replastering the ceiling can cost anywhere from £200 to £300, with a medium room being £300 to £450, and finally, a large room £400 to £750. Ceilings can take less time than replastering an entire room, so this can be completed in between 1 and 3 days. External rendering costs. The costs increase with the size of your home, and if any specialist equipment is needed to reach the higher levels of your property. For a 2-bedroom bungalow, you can expect to pay from £1,900, and it will take around 4 to 6 days to complete. For a 3-bed semi-detached home, prices start at £3,800 with a duration of 5 to 8 days. If you have a 4-bedroom detached house, prices start at £4,500 and the entire process will last between 7 to 10 days in total. What affects the cost of plastering? Plastering or skimming? Skimming is far cheaper and less labour-intensive than plastering. Number of walls. The more walls you have, the more material you need to cover them, as well as longer hours spent on labour. Wall size. Similarly, the size of your walls will impact your price. If they're higher than average, you may need equipment to reach the upper levels. Condition of existing plaster. Whether or not your walls are in good or bad condition will affect your costs. Location. Central London will charge far higher costs than places outside the city. How can I save money on plastering? Do it yourself. Internal skimming is generally a job you can attempt as a DIY endeavour. When it comes to replastering or external rendering, these jobs are best left to the professionals from the outset. Group jobs together. A great way to trim down excess costs is to club all of your plastering or rendering jobs together into one project for one contractor to take on. Prepare the walls. If your walls are covered in years of old wallpaper or paint, you can save your contractor a little bit of time by stripping it yourself before they arrive. How do I find and hire a plasterer? If you can get them, word-of-mouth recommendations are the best, as they can help you to navigate away from rogue traders. Ensuring the professional is the right fit. Whether or not your contractor is coming from a word-of-mouth recommendation or not, it's always best to make sure you check out your potential contractor's experience and references yourself to make sure they're a good fit for you and your project. All contractors should be covered by insurance, so ask to see proof of this before signing them. Frequently asked questions. Can I skim or plaster a room myself? Plastering is one of the few trades where it pays to get in a professional. However, there are plastering jobs you can do yourself if you have the right equipment, skills, and confidence. How quickly does plaster dry? Expect to leave plasterboard to dry for around 2 to 3 days and backing plaster for 4 to 6 days. How do I paint over new plaster? It's best to leave fresh plaster to dry for at least a week before painting to ensure it's completely dry. Can you plaster over wallpaper? You can, but it's not recommended, and will likely result in you redoing your walls far sooner than if you had removed the wallpaper in the first instance.